All right, Americans, welcome. This is my new channel, my new page, and it is called the Neocon Job. The Neocon Job, and why I chose the name and what this page is all about. First of all, I am fervently anti-war. I think I grew up being more conservative, politically speaking. I used to kind of make fun of the peaceniks from the 60s and 70s, but looking back at Vietnam, Korea, and all of these endless and useless conflicts that America has been engaged in over all of these years, one's views can be skewed. This mantra all the time of people saying, well, you know, we have to support the troops. And yeah, in theory, we have to support the men and women who are willing to fight for our country. But what are they truly fighting for? And I'm not blaming them, okay? So first of all, if you're gonna come over here and say, well, you have no idea what you're talking about, these men and women are, some of them, by the way, are enlisting for money, for a paycheck. And it's a noble and worthy cause, and you build incredible skill sets, and it looks great. It looks good on paper. But here's the problem. If you're a country and you continually engage in war and you're trillions of dollars in debt, by the way, I don't hear the Tea Party people anymore yapping about the national debt. Remember? It was, you know, we're 21, 22 trillion dollars in debt. Hasn't improved over Trump, by the way. Maybe the speed at which it's accumulating, it may have slowed down a little bit, but at a certain point, we're not going to be able to sustain being this far in debt. We can't just keep printing money, and the whole notion of this channel is to call attention to anti-war as a message that is no longer really taken seriously. Both political parties have more or less signed on to the war machine. Whether it was Trump or Hillary, your two major candidates, both of those candidates would have gotten us deeper into conflicts. I think Hillary Clinton actually would have done even more damage than Trump. Trump has at least tried to fight against the warmongers that are present on both sides of the aisle to say, hey, time to get out of Syria, time to get out of Afghanistan. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Trump has hit a wall, pun intended, and I don't think he can go much further with foreign policy. He's got neocons now like Bolton, who are, they don't typically see a war that they don't like. And look, for those of you on the left who love social programs and who want to take care of the poor and want to welcome refugees and so forth, guess what? If we weren't trillions of dollars in debt and we didn't have a cranked up war machine, you could probably check everybody into the country and give them whatever they wanted, okay? And at least give them a hand up so they can create a life for themselves if they truly need it, which I'm fine with, by the way. I do believe you need to check who's coming into the country, just like you would need to check somebody who's coming into your house. It's the same routine. And, you know, people have security systems, alarm systems. I don't have a problem with a system that checks who's coming into the country. But this would be, you know, a universal principle where both the left and the right could agree on something. But you could talk about how much government waste there is. You could talk about corruption, all of those things, fraud, you know, Medicare fraud and all that stuff. It's a drop in the bucket compared to what we're spending on the war, on wars in general. something, what, like 800 military bases on 70 different, in 70 different countries. We have 800 military bases. Folks, there's a problem here, and nobody wants to talk about it. This candidate running, I believe from the state of Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard is her name, she mentioned it, and I'll be talking about her a little bit. I don't think she has a snowball's chance in hell of getting the nomination in her party. Her party is owned, just like the left is owned and the right is owned, by this war machine, and it's a neocon job. And I'm going to continue to talk about it and raise awareness about it, and I would appreciate your support, as this is my new political channel. Some of you may have known me from the American Independent, which I did, and also for Real Music Observer, which I'm still doing. But if you can check out this channel, and I'll be talking more and more about this and bringing you statistics. And it's quite staggering what is happening to our country. And unless we get the war machine under control, I don't know how we continue to exist. We are not the world's policemen, and our founders never envisioned that for this country. Okay, done with video number 1. Be back soon.